What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I'm going to talk about something that happened last Friday out there in Washington, D.C. Shout out Washington, D.C., in which a 3-year-old girl by the name of Taya Settles lost her life tragically. She was in the car with family and was driving. You know, she was in the back seat of the car, driving with family. Shootout happened, and she lost her life, struck while she was in the car, the SUV she was in. Now the community has come together. They've had prayer walks. They've been talking amongst themselves. They've been consoling each other. A lot of people are in grief. Chief of police out there in DC and even came out and spoke and marched with some of the people in the community. They've even raised the reward just for some information to $50,000. Now I'm gonna show you the video, and I'm gonna come back and really talk with y'all for a second, because I mean, this story right here really bothered me, like all the other stories that I do involving children and the loss of innocent life, people being victimized for nothing, bothers me. Take a look at this.
We begin tonight with prayers for peace and an arrest. Friday night, someone fired shots into a car in Southeast Washington and killed a 3-year-old girl. Or tonight, her community came together. They begged people to put down their weapons and learn to talk out their differences. Thanks for staying up with us, everybody. I'm Sean Yancey.
I'm Jim Hadley. With no one under arrest yet, police say they need the community to help them track down Taya Settles' killer. As News 4's Walter Morris tells us tonight, they have increased the reward for information now.
DC's top cop, clergy, and community members hitting the streets, pounding the pavement and praying for peace just feet from where 3-year-old Taya Settles was gunned down.
So the answer is that we've all got to come together as a community to have these young people and adults to put these guns down. This is such an unfortunate incident, and we shouldn't be standing here today.
Tuesday, MPD Chief Pamela Smith addressing the crowd before heading to the site of the deadly shooting. Police say Settles was inside of a vehicle on Hartford Street Southeast Friday evening when multiple people opened fire just after 9 p.m. The toddler hit and taken to a nearby fire station, then flown to the hospital where she died.
Touch hearts and touch minds, Father.
Days after her death, a call to action from local leaders as a reward in the case climbs to $50,000.
The parents are there, and we're trying to lift them up, let them know that they're not in this alone. We believe that if we continue to talk about peace, continue to deal with the trauma in our neighborhoods, that folks will feel guilty and they will come forth.
As the search for the shooter continues, for many marching through this neighborhood, Settles' tragic death hitting close to home.
An innocent baby. She didn't deserve that. The parents didn't deserve that.
Alicia Quarles lost her son to gun violence last September, and she came to support Settles' grieving family.
I can imagine how her parents are feeling from losing a child, even though my son was an adult, but I still lost him through gun violence. I can imagine how she feels. And that feeling is not a joke. It's not.
Again, there's now a $50,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest in this case. If you know anything that can help with this investigation, call MPD. In the district, Walter Morris, News 4.
Guys, that's the story of young Taya Settles. May she rest in peace. 3 years old and gone off this planet. They said she's the youngest recorded homicide from gun violence in the state, in Washington, D.C. this year. 3 years old, somebody's baby, gone. And for what? I'm sure the person driving that vehicle has an overwhelming weight of grief on them. Maybe if they had pulled over and stopped for some odd reason or went another way, not going down that street, little Taya would be alive. Family hurting, community crushed. They're coming together. They're begging for help. They're asking for help. That's the thing that messes me up. Little Taya matters. All of you matter. It's like things don't affect us until they affect us personally. Let me ask you something. What's more cowardly? Somebody that shoots, hits innocent people, and then runs away? Or those that see something and don't say nothing? I want you to really ponder that. You got a lot of people out here claiming to be tough guys and this and that, and in the street and just doing all kind of indiscriminate, crazy behavior that affects other people and takes the lives of kids and people that don't have nothing to do with it. Then they run off like nothing happens. I'm sure people know who did what and ain't saying nothing. This code of the street bullshit is killing us. When you think about it, the family of that little girl, right? No, she's not gonna come home no more. Little habits and stuff they do that they look forward to, little phrases she say, they won't hear no more. That's crushing to a parent. Now, I don't mean to get emotional, but I remember my little girl was 3 years old. She's the sweetest thing I ever seen. I still look at her and see her, and like I see that child. Now she's 9 years old now. I was lucky to have her reach 9 and she's still alive, but they won't get this chance. That little girl won't be able to wear a cap and gown for kindergarten. Won't be able to make arts and crafts in school for Christmas and Thanksgiving and Halloween and stuff like that, and then come home and say, "Ooh, look, I made this for you." She won't be able to go to school and come back and learn something and then come back and feel like as though she wants to share it with her family. She'll never go to prom. She'll never get married. She'll never know how it is to have children to care for like people cared about her. All this because somebody wanted to pull the trigger and prove that they're better than the next man they was aiming at and missed. It's like, really, we got to ask ourselves, let's get serious here. We got to ask ourselves, do we really want change out here? Does any of us really want change? Because, I mean, this is the same thing over and over and over in the news. We're desensitized to it. We see it. Oh, man, that's messed up. Man, may she rest in peace. Oh, the family is hurt. I heard somebody say one time, it makes no sense to complain or tell people about stuff that's going on in your life because, what was it? 20% of the people don't care. And 80% of the people is glad it's not them. Nobody should have to go through what these people are going through. No matter how much community support they get, they're still crying at night, wishing that they still could hold their baby in their arms. They remember how she smelled, how her hugs was, how her kisses were. They miss that. They got to raise the reward. Why would they have to raise the reward? The lady said, the deputy chief or whatever said, my phone should be ringing right now. And that's true. An attack on a child is an attack on everybody. It is. They the future. We care about the future. Don't nobody like living in the past? Look at this little girl. Look at her. Look at her, y'all. Look at her eyes. Look how bright they are. Full of wonder and innocence. That don't mean nothing to nobody out there. We all had that look at one time before we was corrupted with the ways of the world in one way or another. That's a pure, innocent human being you're looking at. She don't deserve a voice, somebody to speak for her. She's the victim. So is her family. I'm sure if any of us was sick or hurt and she knew us personally, she'd do her best with her little self to try to help her or make things right. Why can't we do this for them? Guys, I'm gonna get off of here. This will be my last video for the night. And you can see it's bothering me. I'm sorry for breaking down, but I gotta go. I'll just get with you tomorrow. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.